So the fragile truce, the fragile ceasefire has collapsed within 24 hours. Now there are multiple versions coming to fore in terms of that 10-point plan. The Israeli army says we will continue to strike targets in Lebanon to strengthen our front line defense. So Israel has taken a stand that Lebanon was not part of the ceasefire agreement. Israel claimed that according to what was communicated to them by the United States of America, Lebanon was not included. But remember, the Pakistani Prime Minister on social media and Iran in their 10-point plan spoke about including Lebanon. Israel clearly does not agree with that. US has also made it absolutely clear that Lebanon was never part of it. There's some sort of a misunderstanding which has happened. Israel doubling down says will continue to pound Lebanon. In fact, after the ceasefire was announced, the most intense coordinated strikes were carried out on Lebanon by the Israeli army. So the ceasefire has begun to crack as Israel has struck Lebanon in a manner that was unseen in this war. The strikes have left 250 plus dead. Let's break down the details. Let's take a look at what has transpired so far. US and Israel both claim that Lebanon was not part of the ceasefire agreement, whereas Iran and Pakistan spoke about including Lebanon. So United States of America has drawn the line. These are the two sides and their two versions. US says ceasefire holds in Gulf, so Lebanon is not included. As far as Iran is concerned, Iran is pushing back. Ceasefire must include Lebanon. This is what Pakistan also claimed. But clearly, US and Israel don't agree with that. US says Lebanon not part of deal. There is some sort of a misunderstanding which has happened. Iran says ceasefire must include Lebanon. So both sides have made it absolutely clear as far as Lebanon is concerned. They are not on the same page. Now, the Pakistani Prime Minister on social media and thereafter Iran said Lebanon is included. There should be cessation of war on all fronts, including Lebanon. US and Israel don't agree with that. We have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. Let's quickly shift our focus to that. So the fragile truce is at the brink of collapse. That's a big question. Israel has kept the heat up on Hezbollah with continued strikes. Israel has made it absolutely clear it will not stop. It will continue to attack Lebanon. It will continue to strike against the Hezbollah. So that front will be open. Ceasefire may or may not continue. Israel says Lebanon is not part of that agreement and certainly not Hezbollah. So the attack against Hezbollah, attack in Lebanon will continue. Israel has made it absolutely clear. And that's the reason why questions are now being asked on whether this fragile truce is at the brink of collapse. Fragile truce is what J.D. Vance called it. Ever since the ceasefire was announced, questions were raised on whether or not it will hold. Let me go across to Mayank, my colleague, who's getting us more details. Mayank, right after the ceasefire was announced, Israel also issued a statement, said that we welcome this ceasefire. And 4 hours after that, there was another statement that came in from the Israeli Prime Minister's office, which again specified that Lebanon is not part of the agreement as per them and the United States. And we saw the most intense coordinated strike that has left 250 plus people dead in those attacks in Lebanon. Iran says Iran is fighting back. Iran says US and Israel not respecting, not honoring the commitment they made.
Absolutely right, and it has become precarious and hanging by a slender thread. That's what a book which was written in India. But this is again the situation where it is hanging by a slender thread, and we never know. Hezbollah operation, as far as from Israel is concerned, they have continued with it even before that also, and they have now continued and pounded even more aggressively. But coming back to Iran, they have also tweeted brought out screenshot of PM Sabah Sharif, and which included the Lebanon word in that. And if you see, going by the complete situation, let us see that Iran has chosen Hezbollah over the kind of toll it was supposed to get by allowing the passage of the vessels from Strait of Hormuz. And thus, it seems it all is precarious. It remains precarious. And we have to wait for some time to see whether the kind of operations which were launched by Iran also in retaliation and the active operation which was carried by the combine of Israel and the US. But Strait of Hormuz which was the bone of contention, remains in a way closed. And if we use two sentences to describe the complete situation, is like Iran emerged as the center of power in the Middle East too. What will happen with the Strait of Hormuz? Because
so there wasn't
Iran
over enthusiasm of the Pakistani Prime Minister, who included Lebanon in those social media posts, and then of course Iran also backing that. Stay on with us, Mayank. We have